Hey, man, what you doing, man? Back up. Back up, man. Man, just do my hair, man. You getting way too close. Damn. What up, what up, what up? We are back. Who am I? Jersey Street Corner, and this is the Prison Talk Show. So let's get into it. Alright, now. I was getting my hair done today. How it look, by the way, yo? Anyway, I was getting my hair done today. And the whole time I was getting my hair done, it reminded me of a story I've never told y'all about before. And in order to break this story down, we're going to have to first break down a few prison politics. Now, normally, when you in prison, if you come in with braids, you want to keep it up. You don't want to cut your hair. So, you know, for the first few months, it's going to be rough. You might leave whatever you had in when you came in. It might be there for 2 or 3 months. Now, anybody that has braids know that if you leave cornrows or box braids in for 2, 3 months tops, they're going to start locking together. Well, the tips, rather. And they get real hard. You're going to lose a lot of hair, put it that way. If you leave your hair in for a long time, you know, long periods, you're going to lose a lot of hair. So, you want to get it done as often as at least once a month. At least. And you got to wash it, and you got to let it rest for a week and all of that, you know, before getting it re-braided. And you know, girls know, you know, the process. And the guys that have braids know the process if you want nice braids. So, when you come into prison, you stripped of all those luxuries. You got 2 choices. Either you cut it before you go in, or you make the best of it. You just let it lock up. Or you find somebody that know how to braid. Now, I know y'all like, what you mean find somebody that know how to braid? Ain't no females in prison. Who gonna braid your hair? Alright, now. This is where the politics come in. Many men in prison know how to braid. They have practiced it. They have studied it. They have perfected it. Some of these men can braid better than females. Yeah, I'm not lying, y'all. I've seen it with my own eyes. Both of them. Now, there's certain protocols that take place in prison when you're dealing with a man braiding your hair. I've seen people go as far as, well, I'm not getting my hair braided unless the chair, you know, is like one of these type chairs where they pretty much, their whole body is behind the chair and they have no choice but to braid your hair. But this is prison, y'all. And sometimes all those things that you might want are not available. So, let's say you find somebody that could braid your hair. And, you know, they're straight. You know, ain't nothing homo about them or nothing like that. They just learn how to braid hair because in prison, you need a hustle. So that's a hustle, y'all. Braiding hair. Now, I don't want y'all to think there's nothing sweet about it. Some of my best friends, my homies, know how to braid hair. And they'll knock you out. And ain't nothing homo about them. Straight up. I put that on everything. Now, that's not always the case, though. Sometimes some of those guys braiding hair, well, they might be a little bit more attracted to you than they even know or let on. So, when things start hitting the light, that's when problems start occurring. Now listen, I'm telling y'all this because the chain of events that happens, well, let's just say it's diabolical, y'all. Y'all know the vibes. Hit that like button. Your boy back on the camera. Y'all know what it is. Hey, from now on, I want to see no less than 200 comments on these videos. Your boy back on the camera. Is that what you want? Alright, now look. When you getting your hair braided by a man in prison, you have to be straight up and tell him, listen, how much it's going to cost? I just want my hair braided. And normally, people don't be getting no styles and nothing that's going to make this whole process extended or nothing. Just braid it straight back. Just braid it straight back, bro. That's all you got to do. Just give me like 6 braids. Give me 8 braids. Put it straight back. Give me 10. Whatever you got to do. Just make it fast, man. Make it fast. And it's already degrading enough, and I'm going to use that word degrading. It's already degrading enough that you're in prison and you have to have another man braid your hair. But when it gets to the point that it's taking extended amounts of time and it's starting to look like you sitting up in a salon or getting your hair done, like girls do. It's like, hey bro, you know what you're doing? You know what you're doing or not? You taking 1 hour to put one cornroll in my head. Do you know what you're doing or not? And you gotta pick the right one. Because if you pick the wrong one, then they might have the wrong intentions. And the wrong intentions only leads to prison justice, people. Now, I'm going to tell y'all a story. I'm going to tell y'all a story about a guy named Travis and a guy named Raul. But first, I want y'all to get in the comment box, y'all. I want y'all to get in the comment box and tell me, is my hair alright? Did she do a good job? Did she do a good job? Get in the comment box, tell me, should I shout them out? Did she do a good job? Should I shout the shop out that took care of your boy's hair today? Let me know in the comment box. Now, Travis was new to the prison. And, he came in with cornrows. And he had designs in his hair, zigzags and all of that. He was one of them dudes that was out there getting his hair done every month. He was following the regimen. But he got cased up and found himself in here with us. So, he see some of us have braids. I always have braids, whether it was box braids or cornrows. And he'd come up and he'd be like, hey, I see you got braids, man. I see you got braids. I'm like, yeah. But how you keep them up? Oh, yeah, I do mine myself. Now, that's not a lie, y'all. I taught myself how to box braid. And it's very easy. And believe it or not, y'all could believe it or not, I could make a video and show y'all whatever I gotta do. I could grab one of my daughter's dolls and braid the hair and show y'all. But I taught myself how to box braid out of necessity. Because when I was in prison, my hair was so long, it was way longer than it is now. This ain't long. This is barely hang time. I've cut my hair and grew it back, and cut it and grew it back again. Yeah. So I learned how to box braid out of necessity because my hair was so long when I was in prison. I didn't know, there was no I didn't know that men could braid hair. first of all. So I was already thinking, all right, well, I'm not gonna have no more cornrows. It's gonna have to be big box braids because that's all I knew how to do. Braid it up. It would take me about 3 hours to do my whole head back then. I could do it faster now, though. But it would take me about 3 hours to do my whole head. And I box braid the whole thing. And now I never box braided anybody else's head. I never braided anybody else's hair. Just because I wasn't confident in how good they came out. But they actually came out decent. I got compliments. Yo, joints look tight. Joints alright. I parted them and everything. We got this little small comb, this little black comb, y'all. Small as hell. Parting all this hair with this little ass comb. And I'm box braiding all through the night. So I'm tired as hell and all that from, mess hall breakfast and everything. But that's here nor there. Let's get back to Travis. Now, Travis was new. So he was asking all these questions, and I told him I normally just braid my own hair, you know what I mean? Like, I don't be, trying to ask nobody, but I told him, if you're really looking for somebody to braid your hair, you should talk to A, B, and C. And wherever that takes you, that takes you. I don't know what to tell you from there. So, now that's another part of the politics too, you gotta understand. To approach a dude that knows how to braid hair, you gotta be, everything has to be established, let's say that. That guy has to already know that, for one, you ain't no punk, trying to get no style, you ain't no booty bandit, none of the above. He gotta know that everything is legit with you too. So it's a lot of politics. That's why I said I just ended up learning how to braid my own hair. And that's a little tip for you YNs that's going in with the cornrows and the crazy hairstyles. Learn how to do your own joints. If you got dreads, learn how to retwist them joints yourself. Because when you in prison, it might not feel comfortable having another man retwist your dreads or cornroll or box braid your hair for an hour or 3 hours and you up under him. Yeah, think about it, YNs. Think about it before you take that journey to prison. Now, I'm going to tell y'all, well, I can't explain it, but let's just say Travis, he found somebody to braid his hair. But the person he found to braid his hair, let's just get into it, y'all. This guy's name was Raul. Spanish guy. Cool. He has skills. He could do zigzags. He could braid your hair however you want it. If you wanted to sit there and let him twist your hair up, he'll have you going to visit hall looking great. Your people be like, well, damn, I ain't never seen your hair looking so good. You got zigzags in your hair? But Raul, let's say Raul was a little touchy-feely. Yeah, Raul, he was doing a little too much. Like when you getting your hair done, he massaging your scalp. And he just doing too much. And you won't call him out on it because you like, I guess that's just what he gotta do. Now in prison, we don't got hair grease. We don't got none of that. We got Vaseline. That's it. So that's what's going up in your head. Vaseline. And it serves its purpose almost like a braiding gel. And that's the way they use it. So he just steady dropping them glops of Vaseline on your head. And you're like, hey man, you know what you're doing, man? You using a lot of that shit. You know what you're doing? And he like, you want me to do your hair or not? You want your shit done or not? And like, I, man, I. And, you know, he get your shit done. He pipe your shit out. And Raul, he ain't gonna play with you. You gonna get your shit done. And like, he might even mush you when it's done. Like, you done. 5 packs. He charged 5 packs of Black Miles for his service. Now, Raul was said to be a little touchy-feely, but nobody ever complained because everybody walked out of there with a fresh set of braids. You know, your joints was full of petroleum jelly. Whether or not that petroleum jelly is good or not for your hair on a long-term basis or not, I don't know. But your braids look good for the next few weeks. Now, it seems like people might have dismissed the fact that Raul was getting a little too close. See, they didn't have high back chairs. They had milk crates, or you just sat in a bleacher, or you sat in a bunk. And every now and then, y'all, Raul would come up with an excuse and say, my back hurt, essay. I gotta sit on the bunk. You sit on the floor, I gotta sit on the bed. And he'll sit on the bed and have you sit between his legs and say, oh, my back hurt, I feel better. While he's sitting on the bed and you between his legs, and he's sitting there twisting your hair up. He twisting away. But the whole time he twisting your hair up, he grinding on your back. Yeah, y'all. You got a whole piece of meat on your back. You heard what I said. A whole piece of meat on your back. And all you thinking is just 20 more minutes. It's just 20 more minutes. That's what a lot of inmates went through with Raul. So, you had a lot of guys walking around with braids. And, you know, everybody talk. Everybody talking mess hall. Everybody talking, you know, when they giving the beat downs in the pod. And pretty much the consensus of the prison was something ain't right about Raul. Raul get a little too close for comfort when he braiding hair. And one inmate even said, yeah, man, look, I wasn't going to say nothing, but Raul was braiding my hair, and hey, man, I think his soldier got up. His soldier poked me in the back of my neck. He was standing behind me, braiding my hair, and his soldier poked me in the back of my neck. And I just didn't know what to do. I froze. It was like I was numb. I just froze. And they're like, damn. Now, mind you, y'all, this is like I don't even know if there's a name to give it, but picture an AAA meeting for Almost Raped Anonymous. Yeah. Almost Raped Anonymous. Yeah. That's what we're going to call it. AGA. Almost Raped Anonymous. Now, Travis being new to the pod and not knowing any of this information, well, he goes ahead and books himself an appointment with Raul. And Raul is more than happy to take the appointment. Because, for one, Raul only takes appointments in his cell. He not going to anybody else's cell. You want your hair done, you got to go to his cell. So, he got home court advantage. Excuse me, y'all. Who knows what he got set up in his cell. Now, Travis go on down there and he tell him, he was like, listen, I heard you was real good. I like having like zigzags and different designs in my hair. You're like, okay. You're like, that's gonna take that's gonna take a long time, Poppy. That's gonna take you a little while. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna have to charge you 7 packs for designs. 5 packs is just for regular, cornrows. But if you want designs, I need 7 packs. And he was like, I got you. Now, you're like, all right, cool. Come on. He said, listen, my back is really, really hurting me. I'm going to sit here on the bed. Just sit on the floor and sit between my legs. I got you. And Travis like, hey, man, hey. He's like, no funny business, man. No funny business. I promise. Now, Travis probably should have set him straight right there and said, look, either you do it standing up or you don't do it at all. You're not supposed to let nobody have you sitting between their legs, bro. That was the first mistake Travis made. So, as they go on, Raul braiding his hair, he twisting it up. He getting a hold of it. He's like, oh, good, you get it, you catch it. I ain't think you would be able to catch it. I figured it'd be a little too short for you to catch. He's like, nah, I've been doing this a long time, Holmes. I've been doing this a long time. And he's like, hold on. Stay still. And as Raul's telling Travis to stay still, he's like, how you want to say, oozing or leaning up to his body close, like, stay still. And he's rubbing up on him and stuff. And he's like, just stay still. And he's like, all right, man, I'm staying still, man, I'm staying still. Now, when you're getting your hair braided, you can't tell, anything else that's going on. Somebody got your hair like that, you all twisted up. So he has no clue that Raul is getting his jollies off. Raul is back there stiff as a board. And he just rubbing up and down the back of his neck. Travis has no clue. He's clueless. So, eventually, it would get to the part of his head where he had to hold his head all the way back, like that. And he said, just stay still. Raul got bold, and this guy start poking that section of your neck between the bottom of your head and your neck. He start poking that section supposedly with his meat, and he just jabbing him like bang. He pretty much banging out Travis' neck. Yeah, y'all. He banging out Travis' neck. I know y'all like, it's some sick people in the world, but it's a crevice, right? And what do, weirdos do? So anyway, Travis, his hair get done. And Raul, you all done. And he pay him the 7 packs. And Raul just looking at him. He like, hey, listen, if you ever want to come back, you know where my cell is. And Travis looking at him like, hey, man, what you talking about, man? Look, the braids look tight, but I can't put up with all this bullshit. You bumping me and all this shit. Like, what's going on with you and shit? I keep feeling something on the back of my neck. Raul like, stop it, Poppy. Stop acting like you ain't want it. Stop acting like you ain't want it, Poppy. And Travis like, want what? Want what? And that honestly was one of the jokes that went around the prison for a very long time, because no fight ended up. Nothing came of this. If Travis feel that his manhood was tested and he did nothing about it, well, nobody knows exactly what happened while he was getting his hair done. All he came out and told people was that, yeah, his sausage was in back of my neck when he was braiding my hair. But he didn't tell us anything else. Who's to say that that's all that happened? He could just be telling us what he want us to hear. I don't know, y'all. Get in the comment box and tell me what y'all think. Do y'all think Travis low-key might have took that sausage for them braids? Or do you think he telling the truth and he don't want no parts of Raul ever again? Alright, y'all, listen. That's going to be it for this story. I hope you liked it. Get in the comment box. Like, share, subscribe. And as usual, this is the Jersey Street Corner Prison Talk Show. I am your boy, Jersey Street Corner, and I'm out.